in the global village.
And now, with the main news bulletin, this is Grace Msimuko.
Good afternoon. This is 5 News. The headlines. YWC saddened by the increase in gender-based violence statistics. Mulonga Water launches final phase of Zambia water and sanitation project with installation of 3,000 water meters. Dozens of pro-Palestinian protesters arrested at Columbia University. The bulletin is also streaming live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia. The details. The Young Women's Christian Association, YWCA, is saddened by the increase in gender-based violence statistics released by the Zambia Police Service Victim Support Unit for the first quarter of 2025. According to the report, 11,177 cases were recorded, indicating a 15.2% increase, and Lusaka and the Copperbelt continued to record the highest cases countrywide. Association National Council President Patricia Mubanga is, however, concerned that concealment of cases has continued to be a challenge, saying that the number was supposed to be higher than what has been reported by the VSU. She was speaking at a press briefing in Lusaka today in response to the released statistics. Ms. Mubanga has reiterated that punishment for offenders needs to be stiffer, and current laws surrounding gender-based violence are insufficient.
The YWCA calls for necessary action to be taken to support the many efforts to reduce the number of cases. The need to amend the Penal Code Act Chapter 87 to include specific penalties for offenses like economic abuse, emotional abuse, or psychological abuse, negligence, and also abandonment and stalking. YWCA Zambia commends the Victim Support Unit for the timely release of this first quarter gender-based violence statistics. The statistics released by the VSU in the first quarter, which reflect Lusaka and Copperbelt as the highest.
Meanwhile, Ms. Mubanga says the YWCA is saddened by the death of 3 siblings that are believed to have been burnt by lightning in Lusaka's Kabanana area. She has called on communities to take responsibility for children that are seen to be left unsupervised in order to prevent such occurrences from happening.
Of their children, if at all they are going for any activity. Sometimes it's best, people can laugh at you or anything, but it is best that you are seeing your children in your safety and they are being well taken care of. But however, we believe that government and the Department of Child and Social Welfare, they are on this matter, I'm sure, trying to establish and also seeing how best this family can be supported and to get all the facts that are relevant. But however, in terms of child care, it is important that as parents, we need to really take care of our children. And it is amusing how people tend to go to church and leave their own children in the house.
United Party for National Development, UPND National Youth Chairperson Gilbert Liswanis has called on the party's Secretary General to continue checking on the Constituency Development Fund, CDF projects. Speaking when he featured on the Thursday edition of The Burning Issue, Mr. Liswanis noted the significance of ensuring that these initiatives are progressing effectively and delivering tangible benefits to local communities. He underscored the role of leadership in monitoring development efforts to uphold accountability and transparency in the implementation of government-funded projects.
That's why today even council baononga vintu wakuuza prenda panga polisi ine ndrama za CDF nifuna wantu wamukanyama sinifuna contract cho ku central o manga school o manga ka bridge o manga nyumba ya teacher achoke kuti kuchawama nifuna achoke mukanyama because mukanyama waliko mimi wamanga manyumba manamanga bwanyi manyumba mukanyama ino nkala mwachoka pano waenda kuchama achoka muno Lusaka ndiye ende umanga vintu kuchama kuja nango kuchama Azamanga ni ndani. Kuli ndrama isele kumeni kujukucha.
In the meantime, Mr. Liswaniso says the UPND administration has enacted the Cybersecurity and Cybercrime Act to protect citizens and everyone and not to curtail opposing voices.
So what Akainde is doing is to bring us all together. Since it's a teka takangiwa, you want to destroy your own culture, your own heritage. Even mulungwale sabaupuga. If there's a church leader is going to promote, and a pulpit no kamba no is cyber law, you want to be accusing people, then that church leader is not a good person. Insulting people, accusing people. You want somebody to accuse you as a pastor to say to Mugo na mwana mungono because is that what you want? So the law has come to protect all of us.
The Transparency International Zambia, TIZ, has expressed concern by the arrest and continued detention of Lawrence Makumbi, president of the Cleaning Association of Zambia, who was taken into custody on Tuesday, 6 May 2025, and is currently being held at Ridgeway Police Station in Lusaka. Mr. Makumbi is facing 2 counts of criminal libel following public commentaries he made regarding alleged procurement irregularities at Zambia Airports Corporation Limited, ZACL. TIZ Executive Director Maurice Nyambe says the organization is particularly troubled by the fact that following his arrest, Mr. Makumbi was denied police bond on the grounds that the officer in charge would allegedly only be available on the 9th of May, well beyond the 24-hour window prescribed by law for either bond or court appearance. Mr. Nyambe says if accurate, this development undermines constitutional protections against arbitrary detention and suggests procedural irregularities. He says that TIZ does not take a position on the truthfulness of legality of the statements made by Mr. Makumbi, nor does it make any pronouncement regarding the Zambia Airports Corporation. He says the escalation from civil to criminal proceedings in this context risks setting a dangerous precedent for freedom of expression and anti-corruption efforts in Zambia.
We are deeply concerned about the broader implications that this case has for whistleblower protection and the use of criminal law to respond to public interest at discourse. The escalation from civil to criminal proceedings in this context risks setting a dangerous precedent for freedom of expression and anti-corruption efforts in Zambia. Taking all this into account, TIZ urges the Zambia Police Service to ensure that Mr. Makumbi's constitutional rights are respected and that due process is followed, including the lawful granting of bond or timely presentation to court.
Operation Young Vote, OYV Executive Director Grace Msimuko has observed that the opposition will likely face significant challenges in garnering support in the upcoming Lumezi constituency by-election due to the internal disunity and confusion currently affecting their ranks. Speaking in an interview, Mr. Msimuko noted that the lack of coordination and coherence among opposition political parties could undermine their chances of presenting a united front, which is critical for winning support in competitive electoral environments like Lumezi. He added that voters are more likely to place their confidence in parties that demonstrate organization, clarity of vision, and unity of purpose, qualities that, according to him, the opposition currently lacks. He further urged political stakeholders to prioritize internal stability and coalition building if they hope to make meaningful inroads in such elections.
Regarding the forthcoming by-election in Lumezi constituency, as Operation Young Vote would like to advise the opposition to glue together. They must stick together. They must coordinate. Like they said that they would field one candidate, and we hope that is true. They must remove at all costs the elements of selfishness in themselves if they are to be competitive in the by-elections. If they are to mount a massive campaign and ensure that they compete favorably.
In other news trending this afternoon, Plumbers Association of Zambia, PAZA President Moses Chongo, has underscored the need for government support in strengthening the plumbing profession, particularly as the association works towards the development of a new training curriculum. Labour Commissioner Givens Muntengwa has emphasized the importance of ensuring that both employers and employees strictly adhere to the regulations outlined in the Employment Code Act. Up next, business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Mulonga Water Supply and Sanitation Company Limited, MWS, has commenced the installation of 3,000 new water meters in the final phase of the Zambia Water and Sanitation Project, ZWSP, a government-led initiative aimed at enhancing water service delivery and resource management. The ZWSP is supported by a 156 million euros financing package comprising grants and concessional loans from the French Development Agency, AFD, the European Investment Bank, EIB, and the European Union, EU. The project is focused on the construction, rehabilitation, and expansion of water and sanitation infrastructure in Chililabombwe, Chingola, and Mufulira. The ongoing metering program seeks to improve water accountability and significantly reduce non-revenue water, NRW, currently estimated at 39%. Water Development and Sanitation Minister Collins Nzovu says the company is targeting a reduction to 25% to align with national benchmarks. Mr. Nzovu says semi-smart meters are being installed in Chingola Central and other high-cost residential areas, while standard meters are being deployed in medium and low-cost communities. He has, however, noted that government is gravely concerned by rising incidents of infrastructure vandalism, which threaten to undermine the gains made under the ZWSP. He says over 500 newly installed meters are damaged or stolen in Tuatasha site and service area. He observes that similar acts of sabotage have been reported in Chiwempala and Maitenike, where 27 sewer manholes were tampered with, including 7 that were completely vandalized or stolen.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
In foreign news, New York police have arrested dozens of pro-Palestinian protesters after they occupied part of the main library at Columbia University on Wednesday. 2 university security officers were injured when protesters forced their way into Butler Library on Wednesday, according to a statement from University President Claire Shipman, who called their actions outrageous. Videos posted on social media showed chanting protesters entering the library, many wearing keffiyeh, headscarves and masks, defying a ban imposed by the Trump administration. In sports news, uncapped Somerset batter James Rew has replaced the injured Jordan Cox in the England squad for their one-off test against Zimbabwe later this month. The 21-year-old has been in fine form in the county championship so far this season, averaging 54.21 with a top score of 152. As we end the news, we recap on the top stories. YWCA is saddened by the increase in gender-based violence statistics. Molonga Water launches final phase of Zambia Water and Sanitation Project with installation of 3,000 water meters. And dozens of pro-Palestinian protesters arrested at Columbia University. For these and more stories, you can follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM Radio. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Grace Msimuko. Do have a pleasant afternoon.